What is up, fellow experiencers? KV here, and we are back in Pirate 101 on my Swashbuckler, who is currently level 58. And we need to go ahead and save Nigel so we could go ahead and see Catbeard. But before we do that, we're actually going to do something different. And what are we going to do is come back to the dock here, and we're going to buy a new ship. I probably should have done this last episode, but we're going to do it now. So we're going to see who actually sells the ship. So this guy actually just sells parts for the ship, which is pretty important. But yeah, this is the ship that we want to buy. And this is actually going to be a pretty huge upgrade to what we currently have. I didn't buy a new ship. This was the ship that we got at the end of Cool Ranch. The Mushu Garden is what I'm talking about. And the new ship will give us 108 accuracy, 108 defense. The hull armor is 0 because that's the base of it. The damage, it does do more damage, and it has more HP. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and buy that. And as far as the colors go, I think the colors are fine. Oh, we can make the bottom of the ship maybe darker. I actually kind of do like that. I kind of like it kind of like that. I think that looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and buy this ship. Now we need to go ahead and come up with a name. I kind of want to look at these ones first, and I want to do it more Marley Bone. Foxhound sounds pretty good. That gives that Marley Bone feel. A Greyhound, okay. Maybe something on the lines of that. Let's take a look at the other names. Okay. A Warhound could work. A Wolfhound. Let's go Greyhound, okay? So now we need to pick an adjective essentially for this. I feel like noble is a good one. When I think Marleybone, I kind of think of noble people. Regal Greyhound, that could work. Let's see. Coming up with a cool name for the boat that nobody will ever really see. I was trying to maybe do some onomatopoeia, but I don't think any of these kind of work for that sense. So let's go with the Royal Greyhound. Sounds pretty good. Okay, there we go. So we got the Royal Greyhound. So everyone say goodbye to the ship. It has served us well for the past couple of years. But let's go ahead and unbottle. Where's it? I have too much ships. The Royal Greyhound. There it is. Alright, so with that ship, let's go ahead and look at the vendor here. And we're probably just going to go ahead and buy everything that he got here. And we should be high enough level. I'm not entirely sure what the level is. Oh, it's 40. So yeah, we're good. And then we can use the other stuff from the ship. For example, I believe we have the wheel and whatnot. And I believe there's actually other ship stuff that's actually better than what I have. But yeah, I just always switch it back and forth. So we could go ahead and quickly just equip everything there. And it should be pretty well off. What is this? Yeah, we don't want that. There you go. Alright, so there we go. We got a new ship. Let's get back to the main quest now. Alright, so now that we are in the Red Fox lair, let's go ahead and see if we could find Nigel. Nigel, where are you? What kind of trouble have you gotten yourself into? Hello?
Come on, lads, get them!
Alright. So I feel like this is going to be a common theme for us to do. And it looks like the only way that they could get to us is through that way. So we're going to go ahead and... yeah, just do that. Buff everyone up. And let's get rid of some of the debris that's on the way there. I actually don't know how big their range is. I really don't do too much, like, scouting, I guess. I don't know if that's going to be the proper word, but I don't really look at what the enemy has as far as, like, their powers and talents. Or I guess I should say talents in this case. But I feel like in some fights, it will be better to know. In the fights that we have to farm maybe in the future. But even then, there's nothing you could really do too much besides some things that you have to watch out for, like maybe like repel borders or hold the line, stuff like that. But for the most part, we don't have to worry about that too much, probably. All right, so I could jump and do an AoE here. Unfortunately, Flanders is not able to get close enough. Is Bonnie able to get more? No. Now, do you have return fire? You do not. Okay. We're gonna hit the Buccaneer over there, so maybe Bonnie could get some combos off. And hopefully the Buccaneer actually also attacks me, because then I could get Riposte off. And since I have Riposte 3, as we learned last episode from my pets, it will increase my dodge. And I actually don't know if there's actually any new pets that are better now. Which, I'm not saying that I have, like, you know, what is it? What is the young pirates calling their good pets? The god pets or something? I don't even remember. But, yeah, I don't have a pet that's super good. It is pretty good, but it has, because it has certain things, but yeah, there's probably better ones. Anyways, let's go ahead and throw in an assassin strike here. Flanders unfortunately cannot get the flanking there. We'll have El Toro continue going there, and all right, unfortunately we cannot get a lot of dodge decrease. And that's what I was talking about, repel borders. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about cover fire because I'm not a hybrid pirate. And yeah, it's something that I never really talked about because I don't do that. But they are pretty viable. Also, it's interesting how we can see the other enemies in the back there. Alright, and this is exactly why I had El Toro go here, so he could get some crits off of the Buccaneer. Alright, that guy is eliminated. Now we just need to go back and deal with the guys who pushed forward. Also, I should mention that in this episode, we may actually start doing some side quests and start clearing some of them out. Alright, so let's just go ahead and throw in an assassin strike and have everyone push if possible. Also, I did mention this in another episode about blood flames and how I need to change that armor. I don't really have a good armor to change it to, so I still currently have Blood Flames. I do have other, like, Swashbuckler armor, but I don't think I want to have those powers in my roster. So, anyways.
You best know this. We're Captain Swing's men. Mess with us and you mess with him. So, who sent you? Black John, the underdog. Swidget? Who the blazes? Enough! You've gone through a lot of trouble to get here. Hope your life was worth it.
Okay, and I quickly want to actually open this up. Okay, so yeah, Blood Flames is all the way up there. We could do something probably like this. And oh, we have another Assassin Strike there. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, that actually we could put in the back here. We don't need any of these. These are more like PvP maybe focused. We really don't need another thing like that. So maybe something like this? Yeah, something like that. That's fine. Hopefully that should make the battle go a little bit quicker. And alright, what do we got? Alright, perfect. So let's go ahead and do that, and destroy some of the debris. Wait, actually that was bad that I just did that. Because I did black fog immediately. That's unfortunate. Yeah, usually I do it the second turn, so I have the first turn to, you know, hit something with Bonnie, but yeah. That's fine. It really doesn't matter, just because they're gonna... Oh, never mind. It does matter. They're all muskets. I was gonna say, because they have to walk forward, and then it's gonna trigger Bonnie's Overwatch anyways. So, yeah. Alright. That also did push them forward, so Bonnie could actually hit a good AoE. Anyways, with that being said, let's go ahead and raise the crits, and let's go ahead and have El Toro rush Red Fox. Now, is Red Fox gonna have Overwatch? Again, I actually don't know how I built my companions, which is something that I probably should look at to, I guess, build them more optimal. But I feel like it doesn't matter so much as leveling, just because I am pretty higher level than what I probably should be here. Because... Wait, what level did I even end off Marleybone in the original walkthrough? I actually don't even know, or playthrough. Because, what, it was 65 technically at the end of Aquila, right? That was the max level? Which, now you probably could be higher level than that, but, yeah. Okay. Flanders could get the flank off here. Do we want that, though? Let's say no. And then, yeah. But yeah, I want to say... Marleybone actually didn't feel like a long world, if I remember correctly. Aquila is going to be really long, from what I remember. So I want to say, level-wise, we maybe were like 55 at the end of Marleybone. Does anyone remember? I know this was like over a decade ago at this point, but somebody probably has a better memory than I do. Because, yeah, I'm just taking a guess. I mean, obviously, you know, I'm higher level already than that, but I've been doing all the side quests, which makes this not an accurate level of what I should be. Because I'm pretty sure everyone that levels up just kind of speed runs through the game, because there's more than enough XP playing the game regularly to get max level. Even with the new level increase to 75. Well, I shouldn't say new because that's probably not that new anymore, but it's new to me, okay? And probably also new to a lot of people. I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue throwing out assassin strikes. Actually, let's go ahead and throw this AoE out. Just in case. The AoE should maybe get them. Okay. There you go.
Oh, blimey! I ain't never seen anyone as deadly as you, Governor. This gangstering's not for me no more. It's a straight and narrow from now on. I'll just nip off and tell Uncle Swidget I'm alright then.
Okay, and now we need to go ahead and head to the office, so let's do that.
By Jove, you did it! I must admit I had my doubts, but I suppose a pirate with your reputation must be of a higher caliber than most. I am a frog of my word, Captain. I promised to get you in to see Catbeard, and I shall. I'm afraid Catbeard is in some very hot water. He's accused of high treason and more than 500 counts of smuggling, hanging offenses. As such, he's been declared an enemy of the crown, and that means no visitors. Only those directly assisting in his defense may see him. However, I've thought about it, and I believe I can get you in to see him. Meet me at Glass House Prison, and I'll tell you how.
Alright, so let's go ahead and head on over there, and we get to explore more of Marleybone. So, yeah. Also, like I said, I may start side quests in this video. I'm not entirely sure. Because I also want to continue, you know, getting through the story a little bit. But we are opening up more areas, which means more side quests. So that is something to keep in mind. And I didn't even pick up Prospector Zeke's side quest, which is something that's really important. And we will be doing it. Just thought I should mention that. But yeah. Anyways.
All right, Captain. I'm going to tell the guard that you're colleagues of mine from Port Regal, whom I've asked here to interview the prisoner.
Okay. I am here from Port Regal to interview this Catbeard person. Yeah, I have no idea who he is, but it's like important for my job or something, you know. Professional.
Halt! Who goes there?
Good day to you, Corporal. It's me, Solicitor Swidget, to see Mr. Beard. I've brought along these colleagues of mine from Port Regal. They're experts on the applicable statutes of Port Regal ordinances vis-a-vis Marleybonian common law. I simply cannot do without them.
Aye, expert. That's us, not pirates at all.
Pipe down, you git.
Well, I suppose your say-so's good enough, Mr. Swidget. Go on in.
I hopes this don't take too long. Prisons make me nervous, Captain.
I wonder why. Feel like Ratbeard kind of had a dark past or something. Catbeard, what has happened to you?
Captain! Meow, 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 it's you! Thank the stars! I'm mortified you have to see me in such a sorry state, but with all of this damp, I simply haven't been able to do a thing with my hair. I was wondering, would it be possible for you to do an eensy-weensy tri-petite favor for me? Get me out of here! You've got to get me out of here. Do you understand? Look at what they're making me wear. Do you know what passes for grooming in this place? Wait, I know why you're here. A certain map piece? Now don't worry, it's safe. I'll tell you exactly where it is, if you secure my freedom. How? My solicitor has a plan, and now that you're here, I think it just might work. Swidget has all the juicy details. All right, calm. I am calm. Oh, Captain, it's grand to be working together again. What great fun we'll have.
I feel like that's a little bit of an understatement, but yeah, okay.
Her Majesty has issued an emergency decree. Any qualified sailor may be released on parole into the custody of a captain in the Royal Navy. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to find any officer willing to take responsibility for Mr. Beard. His reputation precedes him. But the Admiralty will commission any civilian captain as an irregular captain of the Royal Navy. Another emergency decree, you see. Go to the High Command and apply for an emergency commission. They're sure to grant you one. Once you have it, you can take custody of Mr. Beard.
Okay. So we gotta seek an emergency commission. So let's go ahead. Actually, should I mark this? Let's go ahead and head on that way. And it's pretty interesting to see all this once again. But yeah, anyways. And this place is pretty heavily guarded. Back to over here. And actually, do I have to activate this teleporter? Or is it just good? I kind of forget. Okay, no, it's just good. Because in other MMOs, you know, typically you would activate the teleport as you go there. But yeah, we're gonna need to go to the control room, right? Is that what it's called? Oh, this all looks so familiar.
Oh, another irregular applicant, eh? Well, we're not letting in every deckhand who wanders up from the docks. You'll have to prove yourself. Go out and disable an Armada fortress. Then you may see the Admiralty Board.
I guess the other Armada fortresses we attacked don't count.
Best not bring that up, considering the results.
Okay, so actually here is where we're gonna have to mark, because I believe the last thing we do is actually get Catbeard over there. But anyways, yeah, let's go find an Armada fortress and take it down. And this probably would have been a good time for me to get the ship, but I did it at the beginning of the episode, so now we're good and we get to go straight into it. So let's just run on over there. And so far I probably counted like maybe 4 side quests, so that's actually not too bad. That I think we could just save that for another time. I will be finishing them for sure before I exit the world. If anyone watches my Wizard series, which is the Storm one, you know that I talked about how I don't know what I was doing with that series, because there's some side quests that I haven't done. Yeah, I did it in a weird way, but I will fix all that. For anyone who's wondering, I know most people maybe watch Pirates. I don't know if that's still the case, but maybe that's not. Anyways, so let's go ahead and open up the map here. And like I said, this shouldn't take us too much time. There's only a few places that we actually need to even go. And we probably should end up getting Prospector Zeke's quest at some point. And I actually need to check this series, because I don't know if I've been doing the Prospector series, or sorry, episodes differently than, you know, the original playthrough.
We need to fight our way through those Armada ships to get to that fortress. Cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war.
Alright, so yeah. But what I was gonna say is, because if anyone ever wonders why my episodes are like very high, like this one is in the 70s, almost in the 80s, and my Storm walkthrough is like in the hundreds and 50s, almost 60s, it's because I base it off the playlist, and whatever goes in that playlist is what was the number that I went off. Now, there's probably some videos that are in that playlist that shouldn't be in that playlist, but I'm not going to change it at this point. We're just going to go with whatever number that is. But yeah, we got some ships here, and the cool thing about, you know, playing now than from what it was back then is that if we join a ship, it actually will keep their current health on that ship. When back then, during the Buccaneer playthrough, if I joined their ship, they were full health essentially. And is this actually better? This is better. It has a little bit more of a cooldown, so it technically cannot get spammed as much. Could I just equip that? Where is it? Is it not? Okay. Never mind. Anyways, I will go ahead and defeat the rest of these. Alright, and now that we have defeated that, so we could go ahead and speed boost our way out of there. Is this where we have to go? Okay. Didn't seem like it was, but it is. So we need to defeat some Armada guards now. So, with that being said, it looks like there's a lot of muskets that we are fighting, which is kind of interesting. So, let's go ahead and just do this. Try to clear out some of the area here. We're not doing Black Fog this time around, so Bonnie could attack. But yeah, sometimes the debris kind of gets in the way, and I don't want it to be in the way. Unfortunately, I kind of wish that El Toro was a little bit more what's the word? More DPS-y, I guess. Because I mainly use him for the utility of, you know, accuracy and dodge, but sometimes you want more damage, and he does do good damage, but you know, like he doesn't have a super attack or whatever. And don't get me wrong, he does do like insane crits when he chains, but yeah, sometimes I feel like battles could drag on because the chains are not triggering. And unfortunately, I can't get any riposte here because they're all muskets. Alright, so we should be able to throw out an assassin strike. Let's get the guy that's over here. Flanders, let's attack this guy. You'll get the flank off that guy, and then Bonnie could go ahead and attack the one closest to her. Okay, and the Blade Storm is gonna come really in clutch here. There we go. Yep. Unfortunately, Toro doesn't get his chain. Like I said, that's the downside. Okay, there we go. Bonnie getting the double tap here. Alright. At least I could throw another assassin strike and then finish off the last guy. Alright, there we go. Let's throw out the assassin strike here. Boom. Wait, you didn't even do this? What? Alright, I'm pretty sure that the assassin strike is going to eliminate this guy, but we'll just have our Toro be a backup plan. Alright, and there we go.
Let's get down to the hole. I brought enough powder to blow this place back to Valencia.
Alright, let's go ahead and enter. And did I heal myself? Yeah, it's probably fine. It was indeed not fine. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Maybe this is future me. Alright.
Intruders, halt or be neutralized.
Or to be neutralized. So I don't like the sound of that. So I choose not to do that. Alright. Let's get crits up, I guess. And then next round we'll get the agility up. It's so funny seeing these, like, gears. Like, what are they working on? Alright, anyways. Let's boost up the agility here. Alright, I'm gonna have Toro jump. Oh, okay, that's good enough for me. Alright, Arturo, I believe in you. Oh, never mind, you get immobilized. I forgot, that's a main ability that the Valencia guards have. Or at least the bugs. But nevertheless, okay, yeah, El Toro pretty much eliminated that guy. And Bonnie was able to finish him off there. Get the Overwatch and some combos. Yeah. Bonnie knows what's up. Oh, a flanking because he walked between El Toro and... Interesting. I don't know how Bonnie blocked that, but very good. Alright. We got an Assassin Strike. I'm going to go ahead and go take out the guy that's way over there. Flanders, let's go ahead and have you go take out that guy. We'll focus on that. And Bonnie could get the guy closest to her. Ooh, a very nice crit for 12k. Unfortunately, no Relentless activated there. Alright. Flanders doing good combos. Arturo's not going to do anything. Bonnie does not get any combos. Okay. Not that bad. I'll probably just finish another Assassin Strike. There's no way you're coming to attack me, dude. Oh, I didn't dodge. That's actually interesting. Alright, so let's do another Assassin Strike to you. Flanders could get the flank, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to finish him off here, but just in case. Oh, never mind. There's going to be 2 bleeds on him, I believe, so. Yeah. Nicely done, Bonnie. And there we go.
Yeah! That'll show those stuffed shirts who knows how to blow up a fortress.
Let's get back to the Admiralty and get our commission then.
Alright. Let's go ahead and head on back because we got a teleport. I'm actually remembering that mechanic.
Back so soon? Blew up the hold, you say? Well, perhaps the service may have use for you after all. Go in.
Okay, and inside the war room we go. Ah, yes, this brings back memories. Hello.
A commission? Balderdash. What do you think, we hand them out like biscuits? Come for a commission, have you? Now hear this. The captains of the Royal Navy are the elite, the finest commanders in all the spiral.
And what are you, a smuggler? A brawler? Do you think we have any need for your sort in Her Majesty's Navy?
I think we need every bold soul we can muster. So far, all our elite can do is lose. I like the look of this, Captain. Pirate or no? Proceed.
Very well. The situation is deteriorating rapidly. The Valentian fleet has overwhelmed our forces, at least for the present. Worse, the clockworks have towed something into the Skyway. An armored station they're using to supply and repair their ships. Look here.
The blasted thing's huge, and so heavily armored that a bombardment by the entire fleet would barely make a dent in it.
These artillery batteries here are the real threat. They're not working yet, but when they are, they'll have enough range to hit Marleybone City.
Imagine it. The fiends will be able to pound Big Ben into rubble, and we'd be powerless to stop them, if they can get the guns working.
That's where you come in. We need you to dock at that station. Force your way in and disable the guns.
Report to the dry docks and find Engineer Conrad. She's an expert on clockwork engineering. She'll accompany you and assist with the sabotage. Any questions?
Aye. Are you out of your minds? One ship and one tiny crew against that? It's a suicide mission.
If you're to be a captain in the Royal Navy, you'll have no end of those. Marleybone expects every captain will do their duty.
Good hunting.
Alright, so this is actually where we get Gracie Conrad. And she is someone that I feel like a lot of people don't use, but with spell power kind of getting, you know, increased, she is pretty good. But anyways, there was another side quest that popped up there. We're going to go ahead and ignore that. And we're going to go ahead and meet Gracie Conrad at the docks, essentially. And does this teleport me there? Okay, it does. Also, I kind of forget. Does this... Oh, nice. It does. It does heal you. I forget what the old, like, life fountain used to do, but I think it used to do something better. And, okay, there's another side quest there from a Gracie Conrad lookalike. It's funny too because I think in Celestia there's also like a Gracie Conrad lookalike that I saw the other day when I was playing in Wizards. But yeah, anyways, I think I probably could have just walked over here instead of going to the docks, but nevertheless, Gracie, where is... Oh man, there's actually a lot of side quests now. Ah, here we are. Gracie, good to meet you, lad.
Hello there. And you are? Ah, so you're taking me to the clockwork station. Smashing. Nobody else would volunteer, ah. Well, Captain, I'm ready to go when you are. Lead on. Oh, wait. There's a few things we need to get before we go.
Alright, and there is Gracie Conrad. She has an epic strike and proximity mines, which could have an infinite range, and if anyone gets close to that mine, it blows up. I'm pretty sure everyone knows how mines work, but let's go ahead and get these crates.
Be careful with these. They're full of pure gelignite. One good bump and they'll blow half the island to bits. Now let's be off.
Alright. Sounds good to me. Okay, now we can teleport to the docks. And it probably would have been a good time to stop and do side quests, but we're not doing that. We're heading over there. We will do side quests, okay? I am not ignoring it. I think we'll start doing side quests before we head to the next zone, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it. Also, I know that Pirates does their zoning a little bit different than it does in Wizards, because in Wizards it's like you go to an area and then you use crowns to unlock it if you don't have a membership, whatever. And in Pirates we do the whole chapter thing where it's like to access certain parts of the story you need to unlock the chapters, which I actually don't know how that entirely works because I don't purchase the chapters. I just has always had a membership in Pirates, which I want to say it's better, even though we don't have like membership benefits, I don't think, in Pirates. Yeah, I just think memberships are the way to go.
Look at that, would you? The The top looks like a giant salad spoon.
That's no spoon. It's a sky station.
Look at the size of that thing.
Quit your chattering. Arm yourself for the fight to come.
Okay. And yeah, let's go ahead and head on over there. Man, they got some
This is it.
big
the
guys.
guns are of no use. Full speed ahead and dock before they destroy the ship.
All right, and we're gonna actually be here for a minute because we're gonna have to go to each one and defeat.
They're ready for us. I knew this was a terrible plan.
Come now, afraid of a few clockworks, are we? How about you?
And defeat each individual one is what I was going to say. Anyways, we need to go ahead and defeat some Armada troops. And this is going to be a very common thing from here on out, I feel like. Also, I forgot that Gracie Conrad, because we got a new companion, she's going to pop up in our battles, which there's nothing wrong with Gracie. Like I said before, she is a very good companion. She is kind of interesting in how you should play her, per se, because she works very well with someone who could boost spell power, which the only person we have that does that currently is, you guessed it, Old Scratch. So this is typically why you would see me run that combo back then, just because, yeah, spell power is something that needs a bit of love still, I feel like. And I know it's mainly witch doctors that use spell power, kind of. They use it the most, I should say, because musketeers also use spell powers to buff up their bombs. But yeah, anyways, I didn't get what I wanted there, so let's go ahead and just throw out an assassin strike, and we'll just continue going from there. Gracie could go ahead and take out the guy close to here, and we'll make our way through the rest of the enemies. After this battle, I will open up the UI for the companions, because I'm pretty sure she has some epics, and I'm not entirely sure when she gets her promotion, but her promotion is pretty good because she'll get a summon that she is able to do. Anyways, I got a first strike here, and this is where my combos start to shine with her post. Unfortunately, we didn't get that much combos, but there's a possibility of getting a lot of combos there. Anyways, let's go ahead and do another assassin strike. You have a lot of health here. Let's have Flanders. I'm gonna... Oh, she's gonna get the flank by accident. You know what? That's fine. I'll just adjust here instead. Gracie could go ahead and move forward. Wait. There you go. Gracie could hit there, and let's have Rosora go there. Okay, that one probably took the most adjusting that I've ever done recently, just because I don't want certain things to trigger. I think flanking is a good ability. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of people don't use flanking to its full extent, but it has its uses. It's kind of niche, I would say. It's nothing compared to like Bladestorm or Burst Fire or, you know, Relentless, which are kind of staples that you need, but yeah. And we'll throw out one more assassin strike. That's a good thing about having a bunch of assassin strikes. You could just spam them until you run out. And typically the battle's finished by that time that happens. Alright.
The door is locked. Now what? I can get it open. Come on, we've got a job to do.
Okay. Let me just open up. Actually, let's go ahead and enter first.
Bowsprits and barnacles. Have you ever seen the like?
Amazing. Such a brilliant design. If only the College of Engineers could see this.
Watch your step. It's a long way down. And a long way up, too. So, lass, which way do we go?
The guns we need to knock out are at the end of the 3 spokes, and in the main battery up top. The ramp there must lead up to the spokes. Let's start with them.
Okay, so let's open up our companions. We're gonna go ahead and... Should we use Gracie for a little bit? Alright. So, she has a new epic, which is what I was trying to do. She's level 59, so we can't train her any higher, because we are currently level 56. Nope, 56. We're 58, excuse me. But anyways, we have a epic for her. So let's do... She kind of plays as a tank, kind of, the way I build her. Just because she doesn't really do that much DPS. So another hold the line could be pretty good. And then we could go ahead and do... I want to do Blade Storm twice, and then Vengeance Strike. I don't think another Blade Storm is really useful. So we'll have one Vengeance Strike. We're going to give her tough as much as you can. She is a privateer, which means her main stat is will. So Spirited will be a good one to do. But as you see, we also have Spooky, which what I was talking about before will increase her mind damage. So I'm going to go ahead and give her Spooky. And after that, we could do Rough. I think Rough is probably the best tier. And then, let's see. She has a lot of magical resist. So theoretically, putting more armor would be maybe the way to go. Unless we wanted even more damage, which is Spirited. I don't believe Spirited actually boosts anything of the proximity mines. And or when she gets promoted and she gets her summon. But we'll go ahead and trade Spirited as well. Alright, and there she is. We'll have her go after El Toro, and then we'll get Bonnie back in a little bit later, but let's have it a little bit lore accurate, I guess, and have things going like that. And if you're wondering why the rest of the companions are so low level, it's just because I don't really use them. I have set companions that I use, so yeah. Anyways, it's a pretty cool area, and we're gonna have to
lead to the first gun platform. Come on.
We're gonna have to take out all the gun platforms. So yeah. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and save that for next time. So you know the drill. We're gonna go ahead and open up the crown shop, and we're gonna open a pack of Ashes of the Armada, and we're gonna try to get, like I said, a companion, because I think it will be pretty fun to get something from a pack like that. Anyways, let's go ahead and purchase one. And this also gives us weapons. That's why I kind of do this as well. But we already have a weapon for this level. The next one will be level 60, which we're not there yet. Anyways. Okay, so we got the Swords of Valor, which actually might be a better one for us. Theoretically speaking, once we hit the level to get the next level of repose, we actually could have 5 levels of repose if we use the Swords of Valor, which is kind of interesting. The reason why I don't use it currently is because, yeah, I think Second Chance is one of those skills where it could help in some instances, and all the stats are pretty much the same. So anyways, yeah, with that being said, that's gonna go ahead and be it for this video. So I hope you all are enjoying this series being back, and if you are, please leave a like and any comments that you may have for me. We will be doing the side quest, like I said, probably in the next episode if we have time, but the next episode is going to be pretty jam-packed. But yeah, it feels good to be in Marleybone and making our way through our pirate walkthrough as a swashbuckler. Anyways, with that being said, I hope you all have a beautiful day and a wonderful night. Until next time, I have been KV, and I am out. Peace!